Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing today? On the tubes, I'm going to be showing you how to remove your tire from the factory tools in your car. Now, every single car is different, so please be guided by what kind of car you have. This is a 2019 Toyota Highlander. The front right driver's side tire is going low every couple of weeks. All four tires should be 36. I believe this front tire is around 27. I filled it up about 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to bring the car to one of these local little places that charges you $20 or so. But because I'm crazy and this is my car and I pay for it, I'm going to take the tire off and I'm going to show you how to do that. And then we're going to see if there is a pin or a screw, and that's that. If there's nothing that I could see, then sometimes the valve stem is leaking, and that's kind of annoying. But let's take it with a grain of salt. First thing is to locate your tools. Mine so happens to be in the back. So you open up the trunk. And if you have stuff in the back, just like if you were going to change your spare tire, you have to remove it. And I'll show you why I have some of these moving blankets. Now that you have some of your stuff to remove, you want to locate where your jack and tools are. In this car, push this forward, lift this up, and it's right here. Now, in a perfect world, nothing ever stays. Nothing ever stays. So if you're in a pinch and you're really pissed off, you could just pick this up, move this out of the way. I have a rope which is just here. Means nothing. Okay, so in this car you have a lug nut. I don't know the size. It's pretty big. Let me see if it fits this. So this Toyota is 21 millimeter. These are not. I don't know what this is. This is for the toe. Sorry. Okay, so in the back here we have, there's also a spare underneath the car that no one ever checks because everyone's lazy. Here we have is some Scissor Jack. Use your hands, push it. Here's a rubber piece. Take the jack out, put the jack on the side. They're gonna need, excuse me, it's cold. They're gonna need this hook piece, which goes into this and turns the jack. I recommend right now using this piece, which goes on the lug nuts. Show you that. And this piece. All right, that's why they give you this tool. Because it's cold. Everything is frozen. And the tires decide to shit itself. And it's frozen. Yeah, right up. You need all these pieces over by the front tire. Now, because it's cold, and that's metal, and it's really cold, I recommend any gloves that you might or might not have. Now remember, if this is on the side of the road, all your stuff is going to be scattered. You know, I recommend, if you don't want any problems, put the stuff underneath the trunk maybe, Whew. Chilly Willy. All right. Let's go. All right. Let me show you what I recommend. Okay? I recommend first going to the book, if you haven't done so, and look for your jack points. 99% of the cars are within 6 to 8 inches from each tire. So this would be 6 to 8 inches from this tire, and then the back would be, just because, the back would be 6 to 8 inches from that tire, kind of thing. Okay? So that's what we're working with. So the first things first is I'm going to focus on the car, and I'm probably going to cut my head off. Just bear with me. So the first thing I like to do is, this is what one of the blankets is for, your knees, especially if it's wet, if you're on the side of the highway, whatever. Second thing is, lift this bad boy up as much as you can. Okay, now again, locate where the book says to go. Sometimes you have to actually get underneath and say, oh, there it is. And there's a little groove here, and that's going to go into where this car, it looks like factory pinch welds, where the body meets the side panels. Again, I do it by hand. You want to get it in the groove. Okay, here we are. It's in the groove as we speak. Okay. Now the car can't move it by hand. So what I do, getting too old. You put the hook in. Okay. Put this in. This has a nice screw, so you can make it permanent. That's great. And you speak English today. Let's try to make a video where I could speak English. Righty lifts it up. So what I'd like to do is take a little bit of pressure off the wheel. Just a little bit, make sure you know that the jack's working. Please apply your brake. If you haven't done so already, the brake, parking brake. Okay, lift the car a little bit. Just a little bit. You're going to have a little bit to go because this thing is a pain in the ass. You could keep going. Now, let's just say you're satisfied. If your car was never serviced and rotated, then that means these should be torqued. But because we service our cars, the grease monkeys, no offense, they like to put the impact gun, and they just like to go, and they must count to 20. So now what you want to do is, now that the car has been lifted a little bit, the tire's still on the ground, you want to see if you could break the tension of the lug nut. It's in. This is not a lot, so we might need some help. Nope, see, it broke. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And you want to stagger it. And if you have a problem, you could always step on it. See how this is this? So somebody, yeah, see? You're not going to hurt the car by taking it off the lug nuts. There's been plenty of videos. Okay, I'm satisfied that they're loose. We put that out of the way. Now we have the long, drawn out process of lifting the car to where the rubber separates itself from the earth. I'm going to do this in real time, and that's that. Now, Pat, this might be a pain in the ass on the side of the road. You might be in, a certain situation. But I think doing this real time shows you how any Tom, Dick, and Harry and any Sarah, Karen, and Lucy could do this. Because everything is so taboo where men and women don't know how to do this. This is basically changing a flat. Now, unfortunately, dropping the spare in the Toyota Highlander might be a pain in the ass because there's a car behind it. But as of right now, you could hear that the car is a little bit lifting. Hopefully within park, the front transmission is locked, the front right wheel is locked, and then the back should have the parking brake on. No, I got a ways to go because it's flat. Now your car is going to go way, way down if it's completely flat to the rim. And it might be a pain in the ass to actually service. And this, this only has, oh God, compromising positions. This Scissor Jack has a tendency, if you're not careful, can rock forward. It shouldn't. But it can. You've seen them. These are old school style. These could be, if you jack up both sides and you're tilted forward, if the car is moved, And it's also good practice if you own a car is to take this out. See if it's functioning. Especially if it's a used car. Is this missing? Did you purchase a car and it's missing? I do have a big 3-ton jack in the garage, but this video is to show you how you could change the tire of your car. Sometimes it likes to kick out. Shouldn't go anywhere, but see how high an SUV has to be? Okay, see, I just saw the tire rotate. See? It's rotating. So we'll go a little bit more and we're done. So we'll scoot on over. In a perfect world, there's no dust. You're not in mud. I do recommend purchasing gloves and leaving them in your car. This metal, everything, this tire, everything is cold and this is dirty. And what are you going to do? Be in Florida with 85-degree weather changing your tire? Now at this point you could get out a drill or an impact gun and you could spin them off. But we're just going to do them one at a time. You could go in a regular pattern this time around because you already loosened them. And loosen the bottom one last because then the tire's going to kick out. Now if you've been watching this live and you're actually enjoying this, it's Sunday, February 20th at like 7:30 in the morning. Why is it so early? Why are you out here? It's cold. Well, I don't want to bring this to a place and the guy tells me there's nothing here. At least I could look for myself and use this flat tool to pull out all the pebbles. Hi. So here's the last lug nut. Oh boy, here's the helper. Hi. You watching Daddy take the tire off? Do you want to see where Daddy went? Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Just wait. Say hi. Okay. So here's all the lug nuts. Sometimes it needs a little help because it's cold and it's an SUV. Here we go. Woo, there's the tire. Okay, here we get up. And remember, it's heavier than a car. So we got pebble, 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 pebble. Not looking good. Oh, there it is. There she is. Huh? Whoa, crazy girl. I see a little something doo-dah, doo-dah. Yep. She is. All right. So I'm confident. I don't know if you could see it, but trust me, it's there. It's right here. It looks like some kind of nail that the road has officially grinded. So now I'm confident to bring this somewhere. This is the inside of the rim. Pretty clean. You have an outside weight and you have inside weights. That's pretty funny. So that's what today was all about. So we're going to put the tire back on because I found what I was looking for. A couple different ways you want to put the tire back on. You want to bring it as close into the car as possible without hurting any of the components, just such as the brakes. Then you want to have the lug nuts lined up, which coincidentally they are. Okay, and you want to, I have to lift it up a little bit more. Don't know why. Came off pretty good, but it's a little bit wonky going on. Oh, that's it. You want to hold you want to put in the bottom one first, all the way without tightening it, just like this. And you want to be careful of cross-threading it. See? Tight. Leave it. Take it out. Make sure the rim is on the plate. Fortunately, these are not deep sockets, so I can't get my fingers in. So you have to be very, very careful putting them on and not cross-threading them. And if you have half a brain and you've done any of this, then you could put the lug nuts back on the car. Now, because of the weather, I don't clean it, but you can clean it and bring it somewhere and clean the inside of the rim, but due to the fact that it's 20 degrees out, and this little bugger is out here, yeah. This is what the deal is all about, people. Let me tell you something. If you've been watching or you just tuned in, this is it. This is the future. okay? This is my daughter watching me at 3.5 years old. Does she know what I'm doing? She could say tire, lug nut, right? But she's watching it. Her brain is a sponge. At 10, is she going to remember this? No. But she is watching it and learning and figuring out, wait, is this how I change a tire? Is this how I do this? Yeah, she may not have the attention span, but she's sure as hell watching it. Okay?
Daddy.
So now we're going to tighten it a little bit more. Just a little bit. Allison, everyone's still sleeping. So I'll see how tight? Tight. 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 Now, because it's on the transmission, now we go backwards and we drop it until the rubber meets the road. Okay, so now you wiggle it and it's not on the transmission. It's on the road. So now you start with whatever lug nut and you go until you feel it. One. And you skip one, go to the next one. Skip one, go to the next one. Skip one and go to the next one. And so far. Now this is a short throw. You could put a breaker bar on it, but they were pretty good. So now we're going to do one at a time in the same direction so you don't skip a lug nut. You want it so you have gravity. You don't want to do it this way and pull. You want to wait until there's some gravity here and you go tight. 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 That's it. I'm satisfied. If you want to shut the video right now, thank you for watching. That's how you jack up a car, and that's how you take a tire off. Now, we have the painstaking, well, let's not put your leg there. Now gravity, this should be able to turn, but now you're going to drop your car. And you're going to change your tire, or you're going to bring this in a car, and you're going to go get it fixed, leave the car jacked up, which I don't recommend in your home, but maybe on the side of the road. And that's it. Normally I pause the video and give you, hey, come on. Come on, help me. Come help me. Come on, too far. So early, it's too far. Doesn't she know I'm making a video? Come on, get out of this. Come here. Normally, you don't have a child that just comes out of the house. Gotta put her in frame here. Come on, stand there. Watch me.
Where's Mama?
Mama's inside with Joey. Now we're dropping the car. See? It's going down. Down in the valley. The valley so low. Then now there will be a point where the car is done and the jack starts to move. So be very careful. Still continue to use it. And then, it's okay, this is okay, you're not hurting it. It's just the dirt and the grime and the pebbles making noises. So now you feel like it's loose, You could take it off. You could do this by hand. Stay here. Oh. And that's how I used my jack to jack up with 2019 Toyota Highlander. It's an SE model, but they're all the same. Not the same, but they're geographically the same. You lower this to the way it was in the car. And that is all. We're going to shut this off and I'll put this all back. And I have to tend to my daughter. So thanks for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe. And Allison, tell them that you're going to see them in the next video. Oh no. Tell them. Say see you in the next video. No? Okay. Ciao everybody.